Alright, welcome to my day 79 progression guide. So unfortunately we did not get a level increase, so it looks like we're back to the previous rumor and we're most likely going to get one Saturday. But starting out, you want to go to your artificial island, then you want to go back to build, and then you want to hit claim, because remember, you can only hold these resources for 24 hours. But after that, you want to do your Mia's Kitchen, and you want to knock out your 4 bounties for the week. And for me personally, I'm going to do a Sparrow. Next we got Vitality, starting with joint operations. So for today, we got access to boots, so this is pretty good, but again, I'm mainly going to be focusing on weapon material, which brings us to interstellar exploration. Now remember, you want to do interstellar exploration in Vera, and you also want to do it in a Sparrow. And I recommend that you try to do 3-star and 2-star gates. And how you know if it's a 3-star is if this blue weapon battery has a number 3, and if it has a number 2, it's going to be a 2-star. But besides that, you can do dimensional trials, or if you need money, you can do space-time domains. But if you do want to save for once we reach 74, you can try to get max omnium beacons, or just try to gamble. Then we have our optionals, to where you can awaken your 1.0 characters by giving them gifts. You can get that from the black market, see this island with the claw machine, or by doing your 2 trainings for the day. What is not optional is you want to do your fun zones for the day, so that way you can get mirror coins so you can roll in the Gachapons. If you need help with that, I got a fun zone guide on my channel, so feel free to look at it. And then the Gachapon event is out. So it's out here for 7 days. You know, you can try to win this stuff. Again, I don't feel that it's worth, but you do get 5 free coins. So let's see what I get. So it looks like I got 2 relic shards. Not the worst thing in the world, but again, do not spend any money on this. 1,000 dark crystals for 10 rows, just not worth. And this is your parkour challenge. So basically, if you get first place, you get 1,500 points. But if you just AFK and do nothing and just join the race, you get 500 points. So you could just do 3 races a day and get the max points, so that way you can clear out the shop. So even if you just AFK'd every race, you do that 18 times, meaning you only have to play for 6 days, as long as you do 3 races a day. But if you want a few tricks on how you can get through this race much easier, ideally if you can have a high star jetpack, a high star cybernetic arm, those are definitely of course going to help you. On top of that, I think the Hilda simulacrum is probably the best, so that way you can move faster on your vehicle. But you could consider using Bygone, but I think Hilda is just better. And if you're lucky enough to get Claudia, using the Claudia macro is very helpful. If you do have Claudia and you want to try it out, I'll go ahead and leave the macro up here. But even with the Claudia macro, you might need to adjust some of the delay, so that way the Claudia works really well for you. For me personally, I use a controller, so I had to edit this one myself. But I also wanted to go ahead and point out that in settings, you want to move your FPS to 120. Because when your FPS is not on 120, I found the Claudia macro to be very inconsistent. If you found this helpful, I greatly appreciate a like, so that way this can spread more on YouTube. Then we got our weekly tab. You want to make sure you do enough things down here so you can get everything up top, which brings us to our challenges. Now, if you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen, so that way you can power yourself up, but just make sure you use those before the end of the day. So starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So remember, you want to check this and see if you have any weapons that get powered up, and you might want to climb the floors if you have a good weapon. But then after that, you could attempt the sequential Phantasm, or you could wait till Saturday. It's the next supposed time that we're supposed to level up. Frontier Clash. For me personally, I'm just going to wait till Saturday to do all of my attempts at once, but you could go ahead and try to knock this out if you have a strong team. Void Rifts. I'm also going to wait till Saturday for this, because supposedly that should be when we get the level increase. But if this is the first time boss for you, go ahead and knock it out. Wormhole. We only have 2 days left to complete this, and you want to make sure you do, so you can get that energy crystal dust. And then we got the raid. We're still holding these attempts because again, most likely Saturday, we might get a level increase. And Apex League. The season's ending soon, so if you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in each day. Then we got our daily buys, so you want to go to shop, hot, then buy your 2 vitality solutions. Now remember, this is only if you can afford it, which brings us to the Commissary, starting with a crystal dust store. Now I recommend that you buy your advancement modules and your booster modules, also the Vera special gift, and you can consider getting the potent omnium crystal. But if you are free to play / low spender, you could wait, but I think it's probably at least good to go ahead and get enough to where you can get up to 8.3. Space-time store, pretty much whenever you have fragments, you just want to buy these combat engines. Crew store, the only thing I recommend is that you use your points for relics, and the relics that I recommend are either space-time rift, unless you have a level 3, or omnium shields. I'm buying all of this. And how you get crew points is by doing your daily donations and knocking out your 4 missions for the week. Support store, you want to make sure you buy your 3 joint supply chips memberships for the week, and you want to try to get your proof of purchase and goat nucleus for the week. And if you need help on how to get the return support points, feel free to check out my return support point guide. And point store. I pretty much just recommend that you spend all your points on a spare special gifts, so that way you can level up all your 1.0 characters. But besides that, I recommend that you explore Vera, because again, we should be getting a level increase sometime this week, and you want to at least make sure you have 40% of one of these areas. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If so, check out my return support point guide. But other than that, talk to you guys later.